Welcome back to Nick Lenz Comic Corner, Classics, less known classics. This is episode number 1757, Doubleshot number 1651. I have one Marvel trade, one Image trade. First up is a classic book, book collecting classic issues from Marvel Comics from 1982. We have Wolverine by Chris Claremont and Frank Miller. Yes, the very mini-series that basically serves as the inspiration for the Wolverine movie. Yes, this very book serves as inspiration for that particular movie. Though this trade here collects the original 4-issue mini-series Wolverine, published in 1982, plus 2 issues of Kenny XMen. Issues 172 and 173. Yep. Now, in the case of basically the story for this one is that Wolverine is in Japan, meets up with Marco, falls in love with her, and proposes marriage to her, though the marriage is undone by the Kenny Exton book. There are people trying, there's even at one point, I think it's supposed to be Vibra, tries to pose as Marco, but doesn't work out very well. But this book pretty much is an introduction to Marco, Mariko, who was a Silver Samurai's half-sister, this is actually one of the early encounters of Wolverine and the Silver Samurai in this book, which of course is really good. And people think, Frank Miller is only known for doing Batman or Daredevil. No, he did this book. Yes, Frank Miller drew a Wolverine miniseries. This is something people don't talk about when people talk about Frank Miller. Like, here's him drawing a woman. Because what books people think of when people think of Frank Miller? Daredevil, Batman Year One, Dark Knight Returns, Dark Knight Returns Again, Sin City, also Batman Boy Wonder, Holy Terror. This book? No. People do not discuss this at all. Do not know why. I mean, people do talk about the fact Chris Claremont wrote this miniseries because he was writing X-Men at the time, so why not? I believe also Wolverine was the first X-Men to get his own series at this point in time. Because also in this very same decade, Iceman and Beast also got miniseries as well. Published around the same period of time, mind you. Though I think it was Iceman done by Jane DeMatteis. I think Beast, may have been done by Jane DeMatteis. I don't remember. I know Iceman was. Yeah, actually there were 2 miniseries for Iceman published in the 80s. There was actually one for Beast. Definitely one for Beast. And that was it for X-Men. I mean, Cyclops didn't have one. Nope. Jean Grey kind of had one mostly. But yeah, Wolverine, he set the standard. And this book basically served as a lot of inspiration for modern comic books Wolverine. This was just an experiment for Marvel at that point. Like, we did this one really good miniseries because Wolverine is popular in the X-Men book. People love the character. So we give us a miniseries. And this was really good. I give this, by the way, the Kenny X-Men issues. It is the 2-part wedding issue. Where the wedding is called off because Mariko is being manipulated by Jason Jason Windrow, I believe that's how I pronounce his last name. It's been a while since I read the guy's real name. Mastermind, one of the founders of the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. Why the heck did he try to manipulate Mariko? Who the heck freaking knows? Because I kind of forgot basically the reason for that. But yeah, she cut off the wedding. It was mentioned later on in the book that she does still love Wolverine, despite the fact that she was one called off the wedding. If you're into Wolverine, this is the other book to check out if you're a Wolverine fan. Because this book is good. Heck, even if you're an X-Men fan, you would love this book. It's so freaking good. I give this one a 10 out of 10. It is so good. Alright, moving on from that, we're jumping ahead 10 years later to Spawn Origins Collection, Book 3. Now, my local comic shop didn't have this book. This book, along with books 4 and probably going to be 6 too, they didn't have. They had the first 2 books and book 5. They didn't have this one. I had to buy this from Amazon. This book collects issues 15 to 20 of the Spawn comic book, which, unlike some comic books that are published nowadays who have hit the research button, this book is one of those very few books still publishing today that has never, ever, ever, ever hit the restart button on this numbering. Because this book is published non-stop since 1982. And these issues came in a period of November 1983 to get this, November 1994. Yeah, it's weird though, like 2 issues every couple months. Like, apparently the book is publishing bi-monthly for some reason, but at least the book is still coming out. Yes, definitely. Now, Todd McFarlane is the main writer just for issue 15. Yes. He also has the pencils for issue 15 and the inks. Issue 16-18 is read by Grant Morrison. Yes, Grant Morrison writes it. The last couple issues are written by Tom Oriski and Andrew Grossberg. The artwork for issues 16-20 are done by, well, current Batman artists. Well, one of the more recent Batman artists, Greg Capullo, who even does the cover art here. Yep, that's his cover art. The cover for the trade, the issues themselves, are done by both Greg Capullo and Tom McFarlane himself. Yes. Now, mostly put, what exactly happens in these issues mostly? Well, for one thing, it reads like basically a typical Spawn book by Tom McFarlane with a bunch of text. This was the mid-90s, so why the heck not? Here's the Violator and the Clown. Mostly continuing here, just a little bit of some random fights between. It's mostly fighting between the Violator and Spawn here. Is there any like debuts of Spawn characters? Not really, no. We do see Spawn without his costume on for the first time in this book. Yep. And look, here's appearance by Jason Wynn, the guy who ordered the death of Al Simmons. Yep. Yes, he did. Yeah, the specific appearance by him. There's some stuff happening here. We have anti-Spawn. It seems like you read these issues, and it just seems like you read like a series of random events. Like there's some story there per se, but it's not as strong as some of the early issues for Spawn. It's still good, mind you. At least it's consistent artwork by a good artist, Greg Capullo, who, yes, he is a damn good artist. I actually have not met Greg Capullo. Nope, never met him. If I ever get a chance to meet him, I'm going to bring with me Dark Death Metal and one of these Spawn trades, because he was the... I'll probably bring this one because this was one he actually worked on. Yep. Yeah, Spawn versus Anti-Spawn. Yeah, this is during a period of time when McFarlane was experimenting, having other writers take over the book to have, like, why you focus on the artwork per se. Even though Greg Capullo was the main artist. And you have, well, in the final issue, we have a nod to Maniac Cop in here. Yes, Maniac Cop. Those of you curious, though, what the heck is Maniac Cop? Maniac Cop was basically, the story is that the 6-foot cop was framed for a series of crimes to commit, so a crooked judge basically sent him to prison. He was killed in prison, and this guy was resurrected as a zombie cop to start killing people, and the second movie actually got payback for, he actually got revenge on people who actually framed him. And the third movie, he went people who framed a female cop for something she didn't do. Yep. Yeah, this book feels like we're just pushing along here. Some stuff happening here. But nothing is drastic or debut of some fantastic new characters. The best thing you can say is really good with this book is the artwork by Greg Capullo. I give that a 10 out of 10. The stories in here, I give that an 8. I'm also give the trade an 8 out of 10. A bit lower of an average for Spawn, but don't worry, I have more Spawn coming. So, yeah, that's it. Particular review. I'm going to go ahead and do one more because it was only 10 minutes. So, next video. Bye.